Hello and welcome to the Buzzerbeater Show, episode 21. My name is David Jones, and today we're going to talk about, once again, the NBA playoffs, but a little twist to it. More about that later in the pod. First off, Mavs and Clippers. Oh my god, bro. I know they're up right now 3-2, but the Clippers, but bro, you should completely fuck those guys over. Like, it's not that hard. I know the Mavs are a good team, they're a young team, but they're not ready yet. They're losing to they can't close out games. They can't they can't they don't really know who they are yet. Like, they only have played together like a year now as one team. They're pretty good. They're they have two pretty good they have a pretty good duo backcourt, but bro, the Clippers should actually completely destroy these guys. I know the Kawhi and Paul George have been also only together 1 year, but they're older, they're more experienced. Both of them have playoff experience. Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis have never been in the playoffs before. Never. And this should be so much easier for the Clippers. Sorry, Mavs fans, but your team is not that far yet. It's not that ready yet. It's why I know Luka's a special talent, but this makes no sense to me. I know that they won, but this just takes on too much time. It takes too much energy for the Clippers. They should actually just pull this off and not lose too many energy of this. The problem is they're losing a lot of energies wasting in the first round. They still have to go like 2 more rounds and then the finals maybe. I don't know. Like, dude, you have to pull this off. Like, this is not that hard. I know it's easy for me to say, but just like, it's so weird. And if you don't know who the Flight Mic is, the Flight Mic is a basketball YouTuber who makes videos not really about, like, more about rumors and the problem with NBA players and stuff, but he dropped a video about Paul George and Steph Curry. So, let me explain this one more time. I think this theory is a really interesting theory. So, Steph Curry is the brother of Steph Curry. And if you don't know who Steph Curry is, Steph Curry is, in my opinion, the greatest shooter of all time. Won 3 championships and 2 MVPs. And his brother Steph Curry is not that successful as him, or he's not that successful, but he's still a very good NBA player and he can shoot, just like his brother. He actually, this season, he had a better 3-point percentage than his brother, which is not that hard because Steph Curry didn't play that much games. But, yeah. So, Steph Curry is married to Paul George's ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend because Paul George, in 2014, when he was still on the Pacers, he had sex with a stripper. And she got pregnant. And he paid the stripper $1 million to keep the kid and just leaving him out. And you have to remember, he was still together with that girlfriend that he had. But then the stripper and Paul George get together, and the girlfriend of Paul George just is left back in the dirt. Like there, she's not. She's just left behind. And so like Paul George has now like 3 kids with her. They look very happy and stuff, and I'm happy for him. But now comes the twist. Guess who is now together with Paul George's ex-girlfriend that he dumped? Huh? You know it? Yes! It is Seth Curry, the guy who's playing against on the Mavs. And Seth Curry actually trash-talked him in the game and called him a bitch. Because, like, also when you could see, like, when Damian Lillard and Paul George had beef, and Damian Lillard's sister came after the Paul George's wife, they were already like, he was super nervous. He said like, "Come on, dude, you don't have to do this. I'll just chill. Like, I won't do that ever again." So he's very, 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 he's very protective about his family. And that's the same thing with Seth Curry. He is like super shook, except for the last game. Except for game 5. There he wasn't that shook there, but he was pretty shook. And he was scared of Seth Curry, maybe also like attacking his family with harsh words or something. That's what Damian Lillard's sister did. And it's just like, this is a very good story. Like, if you don't know who the Flight Mike is, look him up on YouTube. Great, makes great videos. But then, Game 5, the Clippers won 145 to 111. That's what I mean. That's what you have to do. You have to destroy them like that. Don't, like, do this, I'm now gonna play Paul George and Kawhi on the same team, although they haven't played, like, they haven't played all seasons together, but now we have to play them together for some reason. Doc Rivers, I respect you, but that's just weird coaching. Why are you not playing them at the same time? Now you're doing it in the playoffs because it's the playoffs and it's important and you want to win the championship. But bro, you have to let them play more together before that. And this is what should happen. This is what should have happened to the Clippers destroying the Mavs. Why now? Why not before? Like, as already, they wasted too much energy. And no disrespect to the Mavs, but like, come on. It's not like the Mavs are not ready yet. It's just like a weird, it's so weird. I would have not thought like that the Clippers would struggle this hard against the Mavericks. But like, who knows? Maybe it's like, if you like, for some, Paul George still is, although Kawhi is a really good offensive player. I know Kawhi is the main guy, but Paul George is, they call him Playoff P because he can be very clutch. Also in the playoffs. And that's why sometimes you have to take Kawhi over Paul George, as you already saw this season against the Clippers and Lakers too, except for that last shot. But then you also have to, like, you have to come out and show something. I mean, when they traded for Paul George, they traded so much for him. And if the Clipper organization gets let down because of that, I don't know what will happen. I mean, this would be like a completely waste of money and space and cap space if they don't win this championship. Everything but a finals, everything but a championship is a failure. Just like with the Lakers. That's why we like these rivalries. And if Paul George can't deliver, yeah. And the Jazz are now 3-2 ahead of the Nuggets. It's so weird. Also last year, like the Nuggets struggled really hard against the Spurs. They won, but then they lost to Portland in the second round. And now they're almost losing to the Jazz? I know, like, the Jazz are pretty good, but they don't... The only consistent shooter is Donovan Mitchell. He's the only guy who has a good field goal percentage that can hit consistent shots. Rudy Gobert is more the defensive type of guy. He can also create his own shot, but he's more for the defense. I mean, like Jordan Clarkson and Moutier? Like, bro. And what's up with Mike Conley, bro? Why is he not doing anything? Like, come on, man. You have to step up a little. You're Mike Conley. I like you. I like your old hair better, but yeah. It's so weird, bro. It's just like, I love this bubble games. And everything is, like, everything what everybody thought would happen is actually not happening. And I think that's really cool. And now, all the stuff that I just talked about could be irrelevant at some point. Because now, the games are rescheduled for I don't know what date. So, when Game 5, when the Bucks should have played the Magic, the Bucks just didn't get out of their locker room. Everybody was like completely, why? And they protested because of the shooting of a man that got shot, a black man in Wisconsin that got shot 7 times in the back. 7 fucking times in front of his kids. He just wanted to go to he was like at his ex's house or something. Like, he was at his ex's house. He wanted to, I don't know. It wasn't like, oh, we're just going to shoot you, you know? But, for just absolutely no reason. But he got shot because he went back to his car because the police was there, because the ex called the police. Then he went to his car, and the police were like, step away from the vehicle, because they thought like he would get out of a gun. He just wanted to go into his car, and then when he wanted to sit down, they shot him in the back 7 times. And I completely get it. Why they protested. And I'm happy. I am so fucking happy that they already did. Like, this never happened before, like, except for when the 60s, when they protested, the NBA players protested for more rights, as an NBA player, and also for black rights. But not coming out of their locker room and stuff, and completely, like, not caring, like not wanting to play anymore, because the LA Clippers and the LA Lakers want to boycott their games. And they had a meeting in Orlando, and then it turned out, so LeBron, before the meeting, he already said, like, he wanted to have more support of the managers and stuff and respect the decisions. But the LA Clippers and LA Lakers were the only two teams who were about who were who said that they didn't want to have any, they didn't want to continue the season. And so they wanted to do it, but all of the other teams wanted to continue the season. And as LeBron heard that, he just went out. And the LA Clippers and LA Lakers followed him. And LeBron seems really fucking pissed. And I think it just depends on what happens in society. And if the police and everybody can get their shit together, and if they're going to respect, if anybody's going to just respect the decision, I'm completely respecting it. All the guys on the Ringer podcast are respecting it. A lot of the sports commentators on ESPN, TNT, ABC are respecting it. And that's cool. Like, yeah. And LeBron is... he's done, bro. I mean... oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. He actually said, like, I don't care. I want to have change in some way, or else I don't care. I might as well not play any more basketball in my entire career. He said something like that. Or maybe it was just depending on the season. I know these are like huge differences, but he's just super duper pissed. And he doesn't... It has always been like this. Oh, this is so bad. Oh my god. Like, this could never happen again. But then it happens again. And then we start again. Oh, this is so bad. And then everyone forgets. And then it happens again. Like, bro, we have to do something about this. And everybody else says that too. We have to do something about it. But now for real, bro. And what the NBA is doing, I fully support that. If there's no NBA season anymore, I do not care. The only thing that could be a little troubling is that the platform, the NBA bubble, that they build around for the NBA players to express their opinions could be gone if they don't continue the season. They still have a platform for social media, but it's not that powerful as the NBA and the NBA bubble. So, yeah, this is the latest standpoint. The games are probably going to be rescheduled, but we don't know if the season is going to continue or not, because you can't continue the season without the Clippers and the Lakers. So, if you like this podcast, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Until next time, peace!